Hello everyone. Today we are going to see how you can configure state transitions in TRIRIGA, MREF, Maximo Real Estate and Facilities, and we will see how state transitions can define the life cycle of a record. For example, you might have seen in TRIRIGA, you trigger some time on certain record, create draft, then you activate, and then maybe you might be retiring, so you trigger retire actions. So these all are the actions which we configure at the state transition label and which finally defines the life cycle of a specific record or business object. So let's get started and I will show you how you can do that. So here on the left hand side, I go to data modeler, then I go to the business object which we discussed in the past sessions. So I will go to CST vehicle tracking, and here before you make any changes to existing business object, you need to revise business object. So I clicked on revise BO, then I will go to BO state transition, and here as you can see that these are the actions which we have defined. You can remove all the actions and start from the scratch, or you can import the some of the out of box existing state family if you want to take help from that specific template, or even from a specific business object also you have option to import state transitions. So let's create one simple actions and see how it reflects on our record. So here you see create. Now once my objective is that if I click on create, whatever actions are here defined, you can see these are all are actions which we have defined, and you can see save is already default display. Default display is mainly is used to get functionality where, let's say, if a record is coming to try active state, and as soon as it comes to try active state, you want to show certain actions. In that situation, you select those default display. And if you don't want to show those actions and trigger those actions through the workflow or behind the scene through some automated process, then you uncheck that. So in this scenario, it is checked, and some of the actions you can see here are unchecked. So my goal is to create one actions from try active to try retire with action name called activate. So here there is no any activate action, but how you create action is just by selecting that specific state from where you want to create that action. So I have selected this state first, and then I will say add transition, and then I will select the state where finally it is going to navigate to. So if I select this one, try retired, then you can see that there's a arrow which shows this action. Right now this action is having no value. So let me say that this the action name is activate, and label will be activate maybe, yeah. And default display I will keep it on, and then you click on apply here, and then finally save. So once you do that, you can see here that this action is there, and you also have options to create some sub actions as well. So you might have seen, once you hover your mouse on certain actions and click on that, you will have various options under that actions also to trigger that. So in that situation, you have you can also create sub actions. So let's create one sub action. So here I will say activate is the name of that sub action, and here I will say okay. So you can see how the color gets changed. So now I also want to make sure that when that action gets triggered, system automatically update the certain status field or certain record. So you can see here, and if you want to update those record or those attributes value, you can do show just by selecting that specific attribute and providing the actual name which you want to apply during that specific trigger. So I will say active. The status will be active once you trigger activate action. And here again, I will say OK and save. So once you do that, you can always go and again cross check your edit. But now I will cancel that window and I will publish business object. You make sure that you publish business object to make your changes to be in effect, and it pushes everything to the TRIRIGA server, TRIRIGA database, and then you will be able to see the changes. So here now again I will go to the form builder, and on the left hand side again I will select fleet management, your vehicle tracking form, and then I will revise it. So here I can click on revise and I can go to state transition, and here again you can see that right now that activate action is not showing up. Here you have option to click on find. So once you click on find, you will be able to see the action which we created at the business object label. So I can select that and save this record. And if you want to further make changes to the display and other things, let's say sometime you also want to pop up certain forms, so you have that option as well to configure that at the form builder label. So here you can select modules and form whenever you want to have that option. So under activate, I can see that it's now applied. I can save this, and let's get into the action now to create one single record for vehicle tracking. I will publish this. Publish is important, and then we will create one single record. So let me go to the report builder, and here under system report I have already one report created. I will run that and click on add action to insert one record. I am going to click add here, and I will say demo state transition. Let's give this name here and under description as well. And sorry, one sec. I think I have selected the wrong form. One sec. Yeah, this is the one. I was on the wrong query. So here, let's say ID can be this one and description can be this one. Name also can be this one. Demonstrate transition, and let's create this record now. So as you can see, the record is created, and I will open now. And here you can see there are various actions now, but you can also see activate action. So now as soon as I click on activate, record will be activated and the record will move from draft state to try active state. So that's how you configure state transitions. And right now here I have not included a status field, and that's why you are not seeing the value get updated on the status field. But if I am able to bring that value status attribute on this form, I will be able to see the value also, and it should be active value on that status field. So that's how you configure the state transitions in TRIRIGA or MREF. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will be happy to discuss with you further. Thank you so much.